Superman and Lois renewed for a fourth season. Yay! Yeah, this is good news. It's a delightful show. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but in the current era, quite the delightful anomaly. Lois and Superman are a good team as parents for their kids. And she, even though there's been arguments between them and all that, but the arguments have credibility, and it's not just for Clark to sit there and have Lois kick him in the balls. Now, that never happened in this show. They're a good marriage. And there was quite a bit of surprising intelligence to it all. In a lot of ways. I know, hard to believe. It's got that CW logo on it. Another anomalous aspect of it. But it earned this, which I assume will be the final season, especially with the plans going forward. Superman and Lois is a Elseworlds property at the moment as the new regime settles in. Along with the Batman and Joker type thing. This will be television, but there will be future television, or I guess streaming, however you want to put it, series that will be definitely rooted in the DCU and all connected and that sort of thing. At least that's the plan. We'll see how that plays out. But anyway, this is great. Again, it's a delightful anomaly in the current era. I wouldn't have thought 3 seasons in that it would maintain that, but they did. So their fight for hope isn't finished yet. So they get a new season 4, and my hope is that's their chance to give it a good send off. I mean, to suddenly get the axe, you don't really have a lot of time to do a final episode and all that sort of thing. So this gives them that opportunity to work with something. If they're still leaving the door open for them and then pull it out from under them now, but they still might want to think in terms of this being the final one. And if they say, hey, we're thinking about doing a 5th season, and they say, oh, well, and then there'd be a way to return to it, despite the send-off they would do. I wouldn't expect anything spectacular, like you can't do another one after that. Superman dies. I don't think they would do that. But or he loses his powers or something like that and decides, well, let's just be a normal couple, and Jordan can take over and that sort of thing. Maybe they would do that. I would rather they didn't. But anyway. So I suppose that's a possibility because in the article also for Superman Day, James Gunn put out this image and says he's proud to he gets to add to the legacy of Superman and all this sort of thing. So he's promoting Superman in general. But he did speak earlier to the show, and he said due to the fans liking the show, and he says it's popular among DC fans. I don't know what numbers it brings in for ZW and all of that. I would hope it's a lot, but overall CW was a failure. That's, there's no getting around that. But anyway, just in its quality and delivery, I thought it earned it. But if the money's not there and it's impossible to do, then that's that. But apparently they found a way to survive further. And so he said, due to fans liking the show, Superman and Lois will be able to continue with another season or 2. Now, at the time, was he referring to the season they were already in? Like season 3? They could have canceled it early, and not finish or something. And that season 4 was always on the table. Or is that a hint that they might be open to a 5th one? I don't know. But I'm going with, as of now, that they get a 4th one, which I was worried was maybe not in the cards just due to the circumstances. But no, they get a new one. So on top of all that, CW released the synopsis of the season 3 finale. So all of Smallville comes together to view a meteor shower. Boy, I wonder what that entails. Lex Luthor played by Michael Cudlitz, Walking Dead and all that, makes his move. Gregory Smith directed the episode. So there you go. There's a meteor shower, and Lex Luthor's up to no good. Pretty sure that's the deal. Because that's what he does. Plus, he's got a big axe to grind after he was surprisingly framed for a crime he didn't commit. All the crimes he did commit, they didn't get him on it. But the one they got him on he was framed by Bruno Mannheim. So there again, seemingly the Bruno Mannheim story concluded in the last episode. So now it's, Lex Luthor's gonna want some revenge on that guy. The DOD will have to do all they can to protect him. They made a deal with him and everything, but it's Lex Luthor, So that's a cool way to end off, but it sounds more like with a confrontation with Luthor finally, that they were leaning more towards maybe a cliffhanger of some sort. And now that they're guaranteed a 4th season, they can go with that. I'm wondering if maybe they shot 2 different type episodes, or one that just quickly ends it. They wrap up Luthor that quickly, that would have been pretty disappointing. But now it's like, oh no, he's this formidable threat, and things aren't looking great. And you end it like that on a cliffhanger, which leaves you hyped for the next one. And they're going to get one. So maybe they were able to do something like that and they can end it that way. That would be really cool. So anyway, it's good news. And okay, it's going more about catch you up on what the show's been doing. Well, you can look it up and watch it. And eventually it all ends up on Max. So this will continue on CW. And that's another reason why I think it's got to be the final season, because unless they really do intend to move it to Max for a 5th season if they wanted to. But because I don't see how CW can continue with shows like this that are expensive to make when they seem to be wanting to lean more towards reality shows. Although they're picking up the show about the Chosen, about the life of Jesus. That's interesting. But then again, maybe that's like it's his independent production and it's all done and they're the distributor of it and stuff like that. Maybe CW becomes a vehicle for things like that. But and that may be more of the deal, that it's more just Warner's funding this thing for them. I don't know. But anyway, more Superman and Lois coming your way.